The next website you want to check out is a website called, as you can see, they currently have 36 live teaching jobs. I've got some great news for you today. If you're a teacher or if you have teaching skills and you've been looking to relocate abroad for a while, this is going to be your opportunity and your call, okay? Because in this video, I'm going to be running through a couple of changes that was recently announced, which basically means that the UK is now looking to recruit a significantly high number of teachers from different overseas countries, okay? So a total of 9 different countries are going to be listed on this announcement. Basically, these changes will come into effect from the 1st of February 2023, okay? So not long to go at all. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys exactly what these countries are. I'll also be telling you what the process is for you to apply, and also what you need to be aware of to actually secure a job as a teacher here in the UK if you're looking to come here and work in the UK. Okay guys, so please bear with me because this is going to be quite a detailed video as I run you through all the details that you need and also some resources that I'll be sharing with you if you're interested in actually starting to look for jobs as a teacher here in the UK. If you like the sound of this, then make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so. So guys, the changes that was actually announced was the fact that from the 1st of February 2023, teachers with a teaching qualification from the following 9 countries will also be able to apply to TRA for QTS. Now, those of you that are not aware, QTS basically stands for Qualified Teacher Status. It's basically the qualification that you get here in the UK when you've completed your training to become a teacher, okay? So it's a formal type of qualification that people who are qualified here in the UK to become teachers usually get at the end of their training. So basically this update means that if you're coming from any of these countries, so Ghana, Hong Kong, India, Jamaica, Nigeria, Singapore, South Africa, Ukraine, and even Zimbabwe, then you will actually be able to apply to the TRA for this QTS qualification that they're talking about, okay? I've gone on to actually clarify that if you're coming from outside the UK, okay, if you're a teacher that's coming from outside the UK, these are the qualifications you need to have to actually be eligible for the QTS from the 1st of February 2023. So guys, if you're interested in coming here to work as a teacher here in the UK, essentially there are 3 things you need to bear in mind that you're going to need. You obviously need to make sure that you're coming in through the correct visa route. You also need to make sure that you have the relevant skills and qualifications that will help you actually get a job here in the UK as a teacher. And then finally, in most cases, you would also need to do what they call safeguarding checks. But generally, this is dependent on the organization that you actually secure a job with as a teacher here in the UK. Now, the first point I mentioned was obviously coming in through an appropriate visa route. You can do this by getting a job with an educational institution that has the relevant sponsorship license to sponsor you and actually come into the UK using the skilled worker visa. I have a lot of videos regarding the skilled worker visa and how to apply for it, etc. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I'll be sure to leave those videos linked down in the description box below. I should also add that it's also very helpful for you to have the correct teaching qualification. This teaching qualification could have been obtained either in your own country from overseas, or you could also have obtained the UK equivalent, which is called the QTS, which stands for Qualified Teacher Status, which is basically the professional status that's gained by teachers after they complete their training here in the UK. Teachers who qualify from outside of the UK can actually work as a teacher here in the UK for up to 4 years without having the QTS. It's always much easier and better for you to actually have the QTS before thinking of applying for a job here in the UK as a teacher. We'll go over the process on detail regarding the QTS. If you go to this page and select Start Now, you'll be taken through the process to actually check and verify whether or not you're eligible to apply to gain the qualified teacher status in England. Next thing you guys need to be aware of is something called the International QTS, okay, so iQTS for short. I'm going to be telling you the details of this because it will be very important for you to also be aware of this iQTS qualification and see whether it's indeed the route you want to take. The iQTS is basically International Qualified Teacher Status, and it's a new teaching qualification that's been backed by the UK government specifically. Okay, so this is because it meets the same high standards as the English qualified status, which we were talking about, called the QTS. Okay, so the iQTS qualification is designed for people who are both UK and non-UK citizens that are living outside of the UK. So if you're from overseas, if you come from Nigeria, Ghana, etc., you can actually apply for this iQTS qualification. By you applying for the iQTS, it means that you can gain qualified teacher status, okay, whilst working overseas, which is really good because it will actually help you speed up the process of you being able to then apply for teaching roles here in the UK. Because like I mentioned earlier on, having the QTS is very important, and it will help you in actually securing a job as a teacher. Although you don't necessarily need the QTS, but it's always advisable for you to actually have it just to make your life easier when it comes to searching for jobs as a teacher here in the UK. So you should definitely be considering applying for the iQTS if you live outside of the UK and you have no previous teaching qualifications or experience and want to gain a professional teaching qualification that can actually help you get the QTS status. Or if you're outside of the UK and you have some teaching experience, but you will benefit from the training and mentoring for a professional teaching qualification that can eventually help you get the qualified teacher status. You can also apply from outside of the UK if you're already a teacher, but you're not eligible to apply for QTS through the Teaching Regulation Agency or assessment only. So if your country wasn't listed on the 9 countries that I mentioned earlier on, the iQTS will be a good fit for you if you're already a teacher and your country was not listed on that particular list that I mentioned earlier on. Then you can definitely look to apply for the iQTS and come through that route to work as a teacher here in the UK. Some of the reason you definitely want to consider applying for the iQTS includes the fact that you automatically receive the QTS status, okay, with no further fees or training. You'll also be able to gain skills, experience and knowledge to become an excellent teacher with an internationally transferable qualification that's been backed by the UK government. The other benefit is that you can apply from anywhere in the world as long as you meet the eligibility criteria. You will also be able to train to teach where you live or work without having to actually visit the UK. Okay, so there are quite a lot of benefits if you want to go through this particular route to eventually come here and work as a teacher here in the UK. And further down, we can see that some of the step-by-step that you want to take if you're looking to apply for the iQTS is basically you want to come on this page and basically go through it one after the other. Okay, so check your eligibility, then you need to check for what the fees are and also how you can apply to the particular iQTS teacher training provider, gaining your iQTS, and then how you can also eventually gain your QTS. Okay, it will also tell you what the next steps for candidates who are wishing to teach in England is. So if you're interested in applying for a teacher role here in the UK and coming in through the skilled worker visa route, there are some websites and agencies that you can check out to actually see what teaching vacancies are available and to start to prepare your application ahead of actually coming into the UK. If you click here where it says teaching vacancy service, this is basically the teaching roles that are being advertised on the UK government's website. So the first website I want to show you guys is called TES. So on the TES website, you can basically find a lot of jobs within the education sector. Okay, so they're one of the largest job sites that provide a wide variety of academic, education and teaching vacancies. They also have a wide variety of teaching resources that are specifically made and designed for teachers. Okay, so do go ahead and check them out. You can actually get teaching jobs on this website for teaching in the UK, internationally, and even Australia. And also they break them down by different categories, including teaching roles in primary schools and elementary, and also teaching roles in secondary schools and in high school. So I would really recommend that you also check out this particular website, okay, because this website has been around for quite some time and they're very, very well known here in the UK for those who are looking for teaching vacancies to actually help them work in the UK as a teacher. The next website you want to check out is a website called I Can Teach UK. Okay, so I actually stumbled across this website quite accidentally, but as you can see, they currently have 36 live teaching jobs for overseas trained teachers. Okay, you can get jobs here as well, and you can see that they recruit from quite a wide variety of different countries, including Australia and New Zealand, Canada, Ireland, Jamaica, South Africa, and they've also put here rest of the world. So just do go ahead, check them out. They have a lot of vacancies already on their website, and they're also a very, very big job recruitment agency and resource that you can use if you're looking to actually come here to work as a teacher. So do check them out and start to see what vacancies they have available and how you can begin your process. I want to show you another couple of websites just before we wrap up. So point-to-point education is also another useful resource that you can use if you're looking to actually get a job as a teacher here in the UK. Okay, so they're basically known for recruiting quality teacher, and they're a trusted education recruitment partner for a lot of schools and trusts here in England. Okay, so do check out their website and see whether they have any particular vacancies. I would also try and basically get in touch with them. They've left their details down here, and they've also left a contact form, so you can send in an inquiry to see what sort of jobs they might have available in the future, or just to basically give them a heads up about what sort of skills and experience that you have that you can actually bring on board. Hopefully that's been really helpful for you guys. Let me know down in the comment section below which of these resources you're going to be trying out, and also if you have any questions relating to any one of these updates that's been mentioned in this video, please do leave them down in the description box below. Alternatively, if you want some more information regarding the skilled worker visa, how to apply, the process involved, etc., then do be sure to check out any one of these videos that I've listed up here and also down in the description box below to help and guide you on how exactly to go about that process. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.